Well, good afternoon, um, Sandra and family, and all those who are here this afternoon, sharing in this great time of a memorial service with about the life of Max, but also it's obviously a sad time also. But I'm very sorry that I can't actually be there today. It's a bit of a problem. We ended, Leslie, my wife and self ended up being tested for positive COVID, and so that's kind of stop. Can't we can't obviously travel. So my name is Bruce West, and I'm a pastor, but I've also been a close friend, I'd have to say, with Max. And when Sandra asked me to speak today, as a friend of Max Palmer's, I was very honoured, of course. But to talk about Max, hmm, I feel like a mosquito in a nudist colony. I don't know where to start. I've known Max, as I said, for many, many years. I first met him in 1974. And then, probably for the last 20 years, we've worked and traveled together over many, many times into Asia, way up into Nepal, into Australia, the South Pacific, and even through here in New Zealand. But I thought I don't just speak as a friend of Max's, but I speak also on behalf of, I would think, most of the people who are here today. I've had messages from people in various parts of this country, and I'd have to say overseas, who've said, we're deeply saddened by the passing of Max, who was a great mate, who was a great friend. Some people have commented like that. So he's a friend of so many people. So I'm just one of those people. And it's a great honor to be able to share today just some of the things that I know and knew about Max. Max was, I think, one of the most generous people I've ever known. We say someone that they would give the shirt off their back, and I don't know about that. But I know that he gave away a pair of shoes some years ago. We were together up in the Solomon Islands, and this pastor came on into our meetings, and he didn't have shoes, and Max gave him his shoes, lovely pair of brown shoes. And of course, as you know, he loved shoes, but he gave his shoes to this brother. And I think, Max, he loved shoes, as I said, but I think that illustrates in some ways just a small part. If he saw a need and could meet it, he obviously had two pairs of shoes when he came up to the Solomons, and he gave one of them away. That sort of amplifies his life. He was always just giving. He wanted to give, and he always, if there's a way he could help people, he was a great person to do. He was a very generous man. And he would say to me often, well, this is what we do. This is what we do. He had a ferocious intelligence coupled with a photographic memory. And that memory that of which I speak was amazing, really. I mean, I used to say, Max, how do you do that? How can you remember places and names and all of those things that would go back for many years? He would remember, we were here 20 years ago, we were here 15 years ago, or whatever. And so it astounded me that he would be as good as that, but he knew himself. He had a photographic memory, which he discovered when he was younger. He was a man of his word. And if he said he would get back to you, then he always did, which I find amazing. Even in today's world, we find that people don't do that. That's something we could learn for sure. He was, I'm going to stop this. Ah,